Alright, we're about to go see The Apparition, which we hear is really good.
No, it's totally. Are we day for night? Why is this?
We're shooting this like a B movie.
Very blue.
So, alright, so we're gonna call the trailers for it. Let's see, Paranormal Activity 4.
Paranormal Activity, the Possession.
The Possession. Yeah, The Possession. The Unleashed.
Yeah.
House on the End of the Street, or I think that's what that's called. That one with Jennifer Lawrence.
The one that I keep in my head when you say House on the Edge of the Park, and I know that's not.
Yeah, then we're like, oh, this is PG-13. This is not House on the Edge of the Park. What's that? Night in the Woods?
Night in the Woods, maybe. That one, I don't know. That might be the scariest thing they show.
Yeah, it'll be like Twilight when people were complaining that the trailer for Paranormal Activity 2 or 3 it was too scary.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that. That was hilarious.
Whoa. Come on, we're trying to watch a kid's movie here.
Oh, come on. My Netflix queue keeps trying to tell me that Twilight's a horror film. So you can't put it right next to, like, My Bloody Valentine.
That's our
Oogie Love.
It is August. We are in the midst of August right now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I'm also going to call it too that Malfoy's going to die halfway through the movie.
Highest paid actor. Let's get him out quick.
We'll be back in 80 minutes.
Why did we do that? Just fucking why?
It's, you know...
No, fucking tell me, Brad.
It's... Yeah, not even in comedies that we've seen did I come out of the theater laughing that badly. I wasn't laughing really during the movie, really, like maybe a couple of times, but leaving the theater. We paid to see that shit.
Yeah, that's money they earned from two stupid jackasses.
And a bunch of junior high kids.
Although, I'm glad that they got as little enjoyment out of that as we did.
What did they say when the credits started rolling?
I heard about 3 or 4 of them yell out, "What?" So that sums up that. Jesus fucking Christ. There's like zero...
I felt so stupid watching that fucking movie.
There's zero reason to ever fucking watch this.
I disagree with that. Here's the reason. If you're a film professor... If you're a film professor or some kind of, I don't know, like, horror instructor or something like that, to show step by step, A to Z, how not to make a horror film, while still keeping it at 80 minutes.
True. It breezed by. That's one good thing I can say for it.
I looked at my clock. I looked at my clock at one point, and I was like, shit, this thing is almost over.
Yeah, and nothing had happened yet.
No! This movie, I don't even know what to... Okay. Opening scene. They're summoning a ghost.
Opening scene takes place in, like, the 60s. With some group of, like, old school, like, I don't know, paranormal enthusiasts.
Yeah.
People that, like, actually look like they would do a seance. Trying to summon a ghost, and instead they make a table dance, and then look happy about it.
That I thought was actually, like, that part at the beginning that was, like, in the 60s. The that was in the 60s I thought was like the only, and it wasn't good, but it was the only part was like, oh, this looks kind of like something I should be watching at home for the website.
Like,
it looks like something that would be like the B-side on a Something Weird DVD.
yeah. But then
the Charles Experiment.
The Charles Experiment. I'm gonna give him the Charles. But no, so they do that, and then it cuts to an unspecified point in time in which Draco Malfoy and Bucky and unnamed blonde girl are doing, I'm sure she has a name, doing an experiment to try pulling an entity into the real world.
There's no setup to it. None. It just cuts to them doing this.
To it.
Yeah. And it never, ever... Okay.
Like, they're kind of trying to explain what they're doing as they're fucking doing it.
When we don't know who these people are, why they're fucking doing this shit. And then the ghost... Charles, I guess?
I don't know. Sure.
And then the ghost appears, he's summoned, and then black screen, the apparition. And then it's like a few years later, and
we guess it just suddenly cuts.
And then the ghost is like haunting like Bucky, and his girlfriend's legs.
The girls like that one. She was one of the people in Twilight. Ashley Green.
Oh, yeah, that was her, wasn't it? Okay.
Literally, if she's not wearing an extremely low-cut top, then she's just not wearing pants.
She was wearing pants throughout the whole movie. You remember the scene where...
she's wearing shorts. They're like Daisy Dukes.
Yeah. And like, the part where the guy's like in the crawl space, and you see behind him, it's just a shot of his girlfriend's legs. Just legs. And she runs out of the house at one point to leave, and she's wearing like nothing, but she's all like oiled up and shit like that.
Yeah, there's that good scene of like him watch. Oh, at a point he actually watches the footage from what happened in the.
Oh.
So that we can know what happened, and then she rewatches some more footage.
She watches it. I'll talk about that one here in a sec.
But yeah, the whole time it keeps cutting back to her, and she's just like, got out of the shower, just gonna lotion up my whole body. Like, oh. It's like, it was PG-13 fan service for the entire movie with
PG-13 shit. The only thing that would have made this remotely watchable is if they saw it in test screenings, like, this is ass. Let's throw in a bunch of tits and gore. Like, make it really cartoonish and over the top. Like a Final Destination movie, because it kind of is.
Yeah.
It really, really is. That's the movie, is this ghost is just trying to kill them. Like in a Final Destination movie. He, like, sucks them through the walls and shit like that. The trailers for this thing explain more about this ghost than the movie does. What the trailer is saying about this ghost is not actually in the movie.
Yeah.
Which I understand because it was stupid in the trailer where it was like, he won't kill you unless you believe in him.
That makes no difference. That makes fucking nothing to this movie. Absolutely nothing.
I mean, it was a stupid concept anyway, because like, alright, yeah, some ghost is chasing me, trying to kill me, I'm gonna fucking believe in it. That's like saying, Jason won't kill you unless he sees you.
I'll just stand behind him the rest of my life. But no, like, yeah.
That is nowhere in this movie.
They completely just lose that the second that it starts fucking with her, because she doesn't know about it.
And this movie's really blurry. Like, there were shots in this movie, I couldn't tell what I was fucking looking at.
Yeah.
Like, she's looking in the closet, and like, I think like her clothes were like in knots and shit.
I wasn't sure what the fuck I was looking at.
Me neither. And then at one point the door flies open, and like...
It went somewhere.
The door like flies open, and they're looking like, what's that? But outside is all blurry. I couldn't tell what they were fucking looking at. And... a bunch of other shit too. Yeah, I just couldn't tell. Like the shit with them summoning the ghosts is all like grainy and shaky cam and shit like that. And nothing. There's no rules to the villain in this movie.
No,
none whatsoever. And at the end of it is a narration from Malfoy, who's dead at this point in the movie. Yeah, prediction kind of corrected on that one. Yeah, he's like pretty much the first one to die. But
well, to be fair, the trailer makes it look like there's a big fucking cast, like there's a lot of people in it. No, it's three people.
It's 3 fucking people. It's the dude, his girlfriend's legs, and Malfoy comes into it kind of later, and he quickly dies. But and so then when she's running away from the ghost at the end, Malfoy's narration comes on to explain what the ghost is. There's no way he would have known this. If one, he's dead, so I don't know why he's narrating this, but also, there's no way that he would know what he's fucking talking about.
Yeah. Well, they go to his... Alright. He tried pulling this thing into the real world, and succeeded, so... I guess points there for him. But
he fucking flatliners.
He built this chamber that they were gonna capture the ghost in. But then that didn't work, so then he reversed it so that it would keep the ghost out. If it wouldn't hold the ghost in, how the fuck's it gonna keep it out? Oh, whatever.
That plan didn't fucking work either. The next minute, the guy's getting sucked into, I think, the wall. It was so blurry. It looked like the wall, but she was looking towards the ground. So is he on the ground, or is he in the fucking wall? Another thing, too,
Why was he in a closet?
I don't know. I was like, did he get pulled into the fucking closet? It didn't fucking show it. And then there was that, like, fucking mold hornet's nest. I couldn't tell what the fuck that thing was supposed to be. I couldn't even tell it's so poorly shot. I couldn't tell it was like
this ghost loves dry rot.
Yeah, I couldn't tell that it was if it was like part of like the wall. I
thought it was flat.
Yeah.
Until he started hitting it with a broom.
Yeah.
Which, I'm sorry, you see something weird that looks like a hornet's nest in your fucking wall? Maybe don't just start beating the shit out of it with a broom.
He still keeps beating it after little trinkets from the ghost testing Charlie experiment thing comes out. He still starts beating the fucking thing. I wanted bees to come out.
It to like Craig T. Nelson starts throwing through tennis balls.
Yeah. Oh man. And so there was that one stupid part. You and I laughed at this when
the one stupid part.
The one that actually made me laugh. Well, there was a couple. This is
a good comedy.
Yeah. When the girlfriend is watching the video of them doing the Charles experiment, and then the video ends with that blonde getting sucked into the wall, like getting sucked right into the wall, and then her boyfriend Bucky walks in, and then the first thing she says is, "Who is that girl? Is that someone you were seeing before me?" That's what you fucking took, you dumb fucking bitch.
You just saw proof of the paranormal. This girl in the thing literally gets lifted off the floor and pulled through a concrete wall. And her question is like, do you think she's prettier than me?
Yeah, like, and she pitches a bitch fit through the rest of the fucking movie. She's like, "You get away from me, you get out.
Is there anything else I can do for you? Get off the bed."
Yeah, after he saved her life like 8 fucking times. Fuck off with that. I would have fucking left the hotel. I would have been like, "Okay, you're alright. You're on your fucking own now." Say hi to my ex-girlfriend for me when you're sucked into the wall.
Yeah.
And
that's like this ghost big thing, by the way, is pulling stuff kind of most of the way through walls.
I like how people notice when the tiniest thing is like different, like when the dresser moves like an inch, and the girl looks up like, "Ooh, what that was? Who would notice that?"
I don't know where half the shit in my apartment is. If I went home right now and like the couch was against the wrong wall, I wouldn't think, "Oh shit, ghosts." I would think, Letty wanted to move the couch. Alright. Whatever. I mean, if it was halfway out the wall, I might wonder what she did to the couch, but I still would think it was her and not a fucking ghost.
What about all the product placement? That was making me laugh.
Oh
He shows up after she watches the ghost video, holds some sweet bag of Mickey D's, the beer, Malfoy there,
this last scene with him, he's in this chair and it's doing this slow setup like, okay, he's gonna die, someone's gonna have, he conveniently props himself up directly in front of this door. Okay, well, the door... I think that's even in the trailer, too.
Yeah.
But the entire time, it keeps cutting back and forth from him sitting there just casually drinking, like literally like this, the hell out of a Corona. Just up and down, up and down, up and down. back and forth like the other two having a conversation out in the street or something. Until he finally starts being taken, like the chair all of a sudden just like starts like flying back across the room.
Malfoy's about to be taken.
And I loved this. He's about to set the beer down, and he gets yanked backwards, and he drops the beer, and the first thing he tries to do, instead of getting out of the chair, moving to the side, no, he tries to catch the beer.
Corona fucking paid a lot of money for this. It can't get sucked in through the wall. That's terrible product placement.
Like, everything in this is a branded product. Like
The Blu-ray player was my favorite. When the guy is just asleep in front of the big screen TV with the big Blu-ray logo right across it.
Yeah.
And even like one part where you can still see the McDonald's bag sitting in the background of one scene. Or what about, lady, your house killed my dog.
This fucking dead child. She's dead inside. Like, okay, they're like vaguely established one neighbor. See, they live in some like planned community out in Arizona, I'm assuming.
What's with all the shots of the electrical wires?
They're right there and looked cool. But yeah, it was one of those communities, like those startup communities out there that just like, there's like, hey, here's 500 houses. No one in them.
Yeah.
Apparently it's like, they set up that it's just them and like one other guy living in this entire community.
Yeah.
But then we keep seeing that that's not the case. But, yeah, their one neighbor, their dog dies in their house after getting close to the entity. So yeah, later she tries making amends and brings the girl a new dog. She's like, "Yay, a puppy! Can I keep him?" And then 2 seconds later, is like standing at the car with
Jump
like,
scare.
like, bam!
Yeah.
Your house killed my dog. That's it. But then like, okay, they do this. We are jumping all over the place in this.
Oh,
but,
the movie has no structure. It's just
at a point they try doing. They tried doing the turn the ghost chamber inside out thing on a larger scale, and like, okay, well, we'll just play a recording of everything we did during the capture the ghost scenario, but we'll play it backwards, and that'll send the ghost a packing, which. It doesn't work, but like for 2 days the ghost doesn't fuck with them or something.
yeah, and then it killed. Yeah,
But like they step outside, like at a point, like it shows the outside of the house, and like there's a realtor showing a house next door to like this happy couple, and like 3 or 4 kids go like riding by on bikes and everything. Like, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, are we years later again? Did it just jump time again, and I don't know what it is? And then they walk outside, and it's like 2 days. I'm like. This became a populated community in 2 days?
it's the ghost fucking with him.
The ghost wants you to think you have next door neighbors.
Or the ghost made the girl lock herself into the closet.
I don't even know how that happened.
She's hammering nails into the door to trap the ghost in the closet, and then she turns around and oh shit, he pulled the switcheroo. Now she's in the closet. She's trapped in there because she nailed it shut. What about like?
Suddenly the ghost starts appearing, and it's just like a chalky white girl. Like, when did this become The Grudge?
I saw that and was like, is that supposed to be the girl who got pulled in through the wall? Or
That's kind of
something
what
like
I
that?
thought.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's so fucking poorly explained. Like, it never actually shows the whatever it is, the entity. There's like a moment like she's going around the house, all the lights cut out, and she's scared out of her mind. So she
decides to stay and not leave, which
she's standing next to a door. Not even one door, like a dual glass pane door.
Which she was complaining about wanting to leave through the whole movie.
But no, she'll decide to stay now because she has a thermal imager and she's going around like, oh, maybe there's something. And shit's like moving and like lights flickering. And it kind of shows like the imager, it just like blows out like this huge like readings or something, and you can see like this shadowy, very fucking blurry, out of focus thing in the foreground, but you can't tell what the fuck it is.
We gotta talk about the music. The soundtrack,
wow.
the soundtrack to this movie thinks that this is the scariest fucking movie ever made. And not only that, like nothing will be happening in this movie. It'll show like exterior shots of like the highway, the desert, or the wires, and it'll be playing this like thumping techno beat during it, like yeah.
What is happening?
Yeah, like
What's going on that we're missing?
Yeah, like it sounds a little like it's playing like the opening riff from "Take These Broken Wings" a little bit, like this. The soundtrack and the images we're seeing are highly disagreeing with each other. And then when it's supposed to be something that's like really, really scary, like there's was like this, we're like when nothing is happening, nothing. It'll be a shot of literally fucking nothing, and it'll be played like the soundtrack just is fucking scared shitless by what's going on in here, and nothing is happening. The garage door opening.
Oh God, yeah. Oh fuck yeah. No, okay, dude like pulls out his case of like a ghost hunting gear and like rifles through it and then hides it back in the garage. Closes the garage door and then drives off. Linger. Why are we still in the garage door? Linger. Linger. That's it. Nothing happens.
Maybe
the door opens. And we're like, we've seen more shit happen than just a garage door opening.
This movie was produced by Joel Silver. Maybe he just gave him like leftover samplings from like the Matrix soundtrack. That was the biggest twist. Produced by Joel Silver? Really?
Something tells me that his name on this one was like a contract thing. Like, all right, we'll help you with, you know, like you can have this good movie, but here's 2 shit ones.
That's like finding out if like The Devil Inside was produced by De Laurentiis.
Yeah.
Like, what the okay, all right. Well, the end of the movie is the poster. The poster, and that image that they do in the trailer with the girl standing there and the hands are coming around the neck.
There's not the audio that's in the trailer.
What did it do with the audio in the trailer?
In the trailer, like it's someone like saying like over and over like, I don't believe.
Oh yeah, that whole plot point that is not in the movie.
Since that makes no bearing on the movie, they took it out from that. Like what the fuck? Was she in purgatory? Was she dead?
I take it that like
is that what it does?
It looked like the end of the fucking Beyond. Like
is that what happens when it pulls you through the wall? You just end up.
That's
where you
how
were,
I took it because
sepia tone.
That's exactly how I took it because she's running. She turns around and you see from the point of view of the ghost that the ghost has grabbed her, and then it cuts to black, and then she
turns around and there's a slam zoom.
Yeah. And it does that, and then that's exactly how I took that. Is just that's fucking what happens when you get pulled through that shit. Like I liked it when.
So purgatory for her is Costco.
It's the end of Alien 2 on Earth. That's what purgatory is. It's the end of Alien 2 on Earth. But yeah, the hands are coming around her through the mouth. That's the last shot of the movie, and that's the poster. And that's the shot on, like, all the previews and stuff like that. That's seriously the last... That's like... They did the same thing when Quarantine came out. I mean... I knew the ending because I saw Wreck, but yeah, so I remember the posters and the previews and everything were like Quarantine. Yeah, like, that's the end! What the shit? Or how about when the ghost, like, knocks the security camera off the roof and then uses it to, like, stalk her, like, suddenly the security camera on the wall becomes, like, a POV of the ghost? Like, what is he doing with that?
But, yeah, because it's really sneaky because it kind of moves like and then it kind of like bobbing back and forth like it's walking, goes a couple feet, falls over, back up, couple more feet, whoop, back again, up. I don't know.
Yeah,
was like the ghost being sneaky, like moving it, like is he back? Is he coming back? Okay. Move it. Fuck! I heard a car go by. Okay, it's gone. I don't know. Was the ghost just really weak and
they were trying to
the
do
camera off the wall, but then it was like, it's so heavy.
well, they were trying to do stylistic stuff with the found footage genre. It's not a found footage film, but they take some nods to it in a couple of scenes, like when the security camera goes out and it's staticky and it sounds like the camera's taking a leak.
I really liked though. They've got 4 security cameras, and I think this is in the trailer too. You can see this. They have 4 security cameras around their house, and whenever they start going out, before it does the whole like sneaking up thing, it cuts upstairs to his MacBook. Everything in this was Apple.
Yeah.
But it cuts upstairs to his MacBook, and he has like the display up, and it just shows like the 4 cameras on there. And then the first 3 drop out, and then it does like the sneak up thing.
Yeah.
But the first 3, as each one goes out, it's a completely different style of static effect.
Yeah.
And it just looks really odd.
Yeah.
Like, because wouldn't they break the same way? Because then it shows them all when they're broken and they're all busted, whatever. But like one is like kind of like scrambled looking. One is just like snow, and then one is like looks like when you used to like old like UHF TVs when you would turn it on and there was no signal at all.
Yeah.
Like that kind of static. It was one of those things, like it was just weird. Like why?
Well,
why no consistency? I mean,
none of the movie had any. The movie didn't have any. It didn't set any rules with its fucking ghost. It could just do whatever the fuck it wanted anytime. Like it was It was seriously exactly how to never ever do a fucking horror film. Structure, character setup, plot setup, explanation of what the thing is, the rating,
twist ending.
Yeah. Music, direction, exterior photography,
in every shot, like, and not just like the garage door scene that we were talking about. Like every shot lingered for like a few extra frames, but it was never one of those like senses of dread. Like if there's a lingering cut in like Paranormal Activity, you kind of assume something's going to happen, or like there's going to be like how everything kind of escalates as far as payoffs go. You expect something, but like this one here, no, it literally just every time felt like, oh, they forgot to edit off that last like 4 seconds of footage from every single scene.
Yeah, and you couldn't get invested in it anyway because again, there's no setup. The opening scene is they summon the ghost appears, ghost tries to kill him for the rest of the movie. That's it. That's this whole fucking movie. That's what this whole fucking movie is. So it was bad. Really bad. Really fucking bad. It was probably... I don't know, this or Devil Inside. I mean...
Fuck.
I mean, at least this one had an ending. I mean,
a fucking weak one.
It was a weak one, but it was an ending. Like
it got to like the last 10 minutes, and it was just like, shit, we gotta wrap this up.
Yeah.
Like as soon as they walk into his like safe room, immediately, Sebastian Stan is dead.
Yeah.
Like as soon as they walk into the room, he just dies.
And the last act in this is terrible. It is terrible. But it was more of a last act than Devil Inside had.
But
I mean, it was still terrible. It still did it poorly. It still did it terribly. But when it ended, I knew that was the end. I knew that was going to be the end of the movie.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I almost kind of side more with something like Devil Inside.
I think I might too, because
it well, that one suffered from the worst ending I've ever seen.
Devil Inside? Yeah. But the rest of Devil Inside was shit, too.
I mean, it wasn't good, but believe me, it wasn't the worst found footage movie I've seen. I've been...
Oh, it was better than... Yeah, I mean, Devil Inside is one of the worst found footage movies.
Watch fucking Paranormal Incident.
or Area 407 or Gacy House.
Kill with dinosaurs.
Yeah, briefly. That one, or those are worse than The Devil Inside. The Devil Inside, I thought the movie I thought was the Devil. It's one of the worst movies of the year, but the whole movie was shit of Devil Inside, but.
I mean, this one. I mean, it was
this one was worse. I would say this. Yeah, this one.
It was just so fucking messy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
I mean, at least Devil Inside, they had to kind of go by the typical found footage style setup. You're limited in what you can really show. This one could do whatever it wanted. I mean, aside from those couple scenes where it's recordings of stuff happening. I mean, it's a standard film.
Yeah.
They just fucking sucked at making it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, in every aspect, this movie is completely inept. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know, like, I think it said it was, like, written and... I look this
Todd
way
Lincoln.
like it's written behind you.
Guy named Todd Lincoln.
Yeah, I have fuck all any idea if he's done anything else. I'm kind of curious to see if either he's a decent director and this one just fell flat, or if he's just a complete fucking hack.
Like Devil Inside, from the directors of Stay Alive.
But, I mean, this was just... I don't know. It on every level fails.
Was laughably bad. We left the theater and we couldn't stop laughing. It was that fucking bad.
The biggest thing, the biggest testament to that, I think, is the fact, like, okay, I mean, we're rarely pleased with most horror movies these days. I mean, it's the stigma of who we are. If it's if it's not done like the old style. If
it's a PG, if it's a dead teenager flick, and it's a PG-13, it's not gonna be good.
But the fact that, like, behind us, like, literally, the top of the theater was, I mean, it was like a whole, like, I don't know, like, junior high freshman, like, class, and then, like, two other people, and then us. The fact that the target audience up in the nosebleeds hated it.
Yeah.
They were the ones, like, screaming at it as soon as it hit, like, the fucking hit the
well, now don't say anything.
Don't
say anything bad about teenagers, or people will yell at you.
No. I'm just saying that if the target demographic for this
for a piece of shit PG-13 PG, it doesn't even satisfy them.
If they couldn't tolerate it, what the fuck were ever going to be the odds that me or you would walk out there thinking like, man, you know what? I feel like an asshole today. That was good. I don't know how the fuck I'm going to explain this to people.
Well, we got some of our trailer predictions right.
We got about half of them.
We got house on the house on the end of the Hates. House on the end of the street. Oh man, let's go see Hates, yo. Two for Hates. I'm not gonna go see a horror movie with the words house and street in the title if it's rated PG-13. I can think of one good PG horror film that had house in the title. That was Legend of Hell House. I'm sure there's more, but
there was. Fuck, what is
we got Paranormal 4.
Yeah. I can't believe we didn't pick Silent Hill.
Oh yeah, Silent Hill 2. We got that one.
There.
I can't believe we didn't get The Possession.
Yeah.
We didn't get Possession, we didn't get Night in the Woods, and we didn't get the Unleashed or whatever the other one was we were predicting. So we got two of our predictions right, and Malfoy not exactly being in the whole movie. But other than that, though, like that Anna Kendrick movie, it fucking showed the trailer for that fucking thing. It's Bullet in the Head. We got that one.
That was surprising that one showed up. I wasn't expecting that one.
Oh no, I'm glad we did.
Yeah,
fucking glad we did.
The best part.
Yeah, that might have been it. I think.
Then what else? There was one.
Oh, Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 5.
Yay.
I see you've brought the whole family. My impression of him is Hugo Weaving, because that's what he's doing in the movie.
Yeah, no, he's being Hugo Weaving.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Come find me.
He's Agent Smith is how he's playing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if you
Alice,
ask him,
sweet Alice.
yeah, I'm sure if you ask him, that's probably what he's doing. Like, oh yeah. No, totally, dude's badass.
So this was the piece of shit that everyone said it was. It's a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not even Devil Inside was a 0. Not even the worst movies I've seen this year so far were a fucking 0. This one's all around a fucking 0.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic are usually fairly similar, but even they had it at like a 19.
Yeah.
Like, all negative reviews for it.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, oh, well, this will be good. And then even on both sides, like, the audience submission stuff
Yeah.
is fucking terrible.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this ain't gonna go over very well at all. This is gonna go over like shit.
Yeah, I see this barely making a dent in the box office this weekend, and next weekend being gone.
Yeah, even if by some chance it happens to make a decent amount this weekend, it's gonna be a steep fucking drop off. Wow. But that's alright. So we've seen The Apparition. I'm gonna try to see a couple other things this weekend too.
Things that suck less.
Yeah, and a Premium Rush is out. I've actually heard that's pretty good.
Ride Like Hell's out.
Ride Like Hell is out. Sweet. That's out. So I'm gonna try to get around to seeing that. I've actually heard Paranorman is like actually really, really good. I might go check that out sometime. But anyway, so that's The Apparition. What the fuck is an apparition?
They should have done like Savages and like actually define it for us.
I looked up apparition in the dictionary. Alright, see ya.